Good morning, children. I hope you have seen the previous videos where I have discussed in depth about Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, and the President, the parts of Union Parliament. I hope you people have already got what is Lok Sabha all about. Now, in the present video, I'll be discussing about the Rajya Sabha, its features, and other powers. Right? So, let's start with another feature of Union Parliament. Now, before starting with that, I again repeat about Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha is a directly elected body, right? Now, through universal franchise, its members are formed. Now, everyone knows that in the Lok Sabha, the majority party head is the PM and he forms his council of ministry in Lok Sabha. And the other members in the Lok Sabha are called as opposition party. Now, this opposition party are also formed in Rajya Sabha that I'll be declaring it later on. Now, first let's talk about Lok Sabha. Now, Lok Sabha's opposition party obviously other than the majority party that wins in the elections and that forms the ministry, the council of ministers. Those parties are called as the main party, and the rest of the party other than the main parties are known as the opposition party. Now, opposition party's status. Now, here in this I'm going to explain you about the status which opposition party enjoys. It's not like that the opposition party is in minority. Obviously, you people have already understood the majority party forms its head, that is the prime minister, and the another party that are in minorities, they come together and form the opposition party. So it doesn't mean they don't have any value or any dignity. They too have the value, they too have the respect. Now, this opposition parties select their head, and the head of the opposition party enjoyed the same status as the status enjoyed by the cabinet ministers. Now, who are cabinet ministers? Cabinet ministers are the part of council of ministers. As I told you earlier also, council of ministry formed in the Lok Sabha with its head as the PM. The council of ministers are having three parts. The main part is the cabinet ministers, minister of states, and deputy ministers. So among them, cabinet minister is the brain. They are the ones who form the policies and programs of the government. Now, this head of the opposition party enjoys the same status as the status enjoyed by the cabinet ministers. They are the main members whom PM may call at any time. Right? They coordinate well, they frame the policies and strategies of the government. I hope you people have understood about the opposition party. Now, again, I repeat, I have already chalked out the points over here. So, again, I repeat these points. It enjoys the same status as it is enjoyed by the cabinet minister. In Lok Sabha, there are the members of the majority party with its head as the prime minister, just like we have the BJP with the head and the rest of the members of the opposition party that is there in minority. The majority party form the council of ministers with cabinet as the main brain. In the constitution, the head of the majority party enjoys the equal status with the cabinet. I hope so people have already understood. In Lok Sabha, again I repeat, they are the members of the majority party with its head as the prime minister, just like we have the perfect example is BJP. It is the majority party in Lok Sabha. Its head is PM, Honorable PM Narendra Modi. And the rest of the members of the opposition party that is there in minority. The rest of the members, though they win the elections, but they couldn't able to form the majority party. They are all called as the opposition party. Next slide. Now, functions of the speaker. Now, over here, now what is speaker now? A speaker is the head of the Lok Sabha. I have already mentioned in the previous video. Who is the speaker? Speaker is the head of the class. He is the one who presides and look after the Lok Sabha. Now, how the speaker got elected? The speaker is elected among the members of the house, and they are the ones who can remove the speaker. So let's study about the functions of the speaker. Now, speaker, always remember, he is the head of the Lok Sabha. And who is the head of the Rajya Sabha? Vice President. So that I'll be explaining you later on. So let's come to the speaker first. The speaker is the head of the Lok Sabha, and what are its functions? Let's see. He presides the meeting of the Lok Sabha. He maintains order in the house, that means discipline in the house. Unparliamentary word, that means any abusive or indisciplined word can be expunged or removed. He can do that. Then contempt of the house. He should be seeing that no one is going to break the law of the house. Which house? Lok Sabha. Next, communicate decision to the concerned authorities. Whatever decision is being taken by the members of the house, that would be conveyed to the concerned authorities. The whole work is lies with whom? With the speaker. Allow stranger and press. Now, obviously, we can see the live telecast of the Lok Sabha. Now, who is allowing the strangers and the press who are doing the live telecast? It is only a speaker. Next, regulate proceedings and debate. Whatever debate is being going on among the members of the parliament, he's the one who regulate and discipline the debate. Next, admissibility of the questions, resolution, adjournment motions. Now, how many questions are need to be admitted, which questions are being there in the debate, what are the resolutions, it's all been decided by the speaker. Then adjournment motion, speaker is the one who can adjourn the house. Adjourn means he can suspend the house if he can see some grave disorder takes place in the house. This is known as adjournment motion. I'll be explaining you later on. Next, decide whether a bill is a money bill or not, right? He is the one, when bill is being discussed, bill is a form of a proposal. When it is being discussed in the house, who is going to decide if this bill is related to the money bill or not? Money, obviously everyone knows about the taxations, proposals, right? Impositions of taxes, who is going to declare it is a money bill or not? It is a function of the speaker. Next, casting vote in case of a tie. Suppose just try to understand, if there is an equal proposal, that means something has been discussed in the house and there are equal number of votes in for or against that bill, that proposal. So obviously, who is going to break that tie, who is going to break that equality, that par? It is the speaker. A speaker casts its vote to break a tie, though he never allowed to vote in the house. It's only the work of the members who are voting. And suppose the vote are equal in that case, so he is the one who cast a vote and break a tie. This is known as casting vote. Next, ex officio chairman. There are different committees in the house like business advisory committee and other committees as well. He is heading those committees. Next, appoint chairman, and obviously committee's chairman who is going to appoint it, he is a speaker appoints. Then anti-defection law. Then again, he has liable to pass the anti-defection law where the MP, the member of the parliament, stood disqualified. So he is the one who can pass the anti-defection law in the house. So I hope so till here everyone has understood what is the function of the speaker. Function of the speaker, again I repeat: preside the meeting of the house, maintain order and discipline in the house. Unparliamentary words can be expunged, means deleted, right? It's the sole work of the speaker. Contempt of the house: no one is going to disgrace the work of the house or disrespect the house. Then he can communicate decision to concerned authority. He can allow strangers and press. Then he can regulate proceedings and debate. He can admit the questions. Then he can decide whether a bill is a money bill or not. Then he can cast his vote in case of a tie, in case of the proposal when it is being discussed among the member of the house and the votes are equal. Here it's problematic for the speaker whether it is for or against, because votes are equal, right? In that case, he's going to meddle. He's going to cast his vote to break a tie, right, for the proposal. And he is ex officio chairman of different committees, then appoint chairman of the committee, and then he can pass anti-defection law. Anti-defection, where member of the parliament stood disqualified if he has done anything to the party, if he is found defected by the party holders. Next, then let's come to Rajya Sabha. I hope so you have already understood till here what is the Lok Sabha is all about. Lok Sabha, the head of the Lok Sabha is the speaker. Lok Sabha is there for the term of 5 years. Who is going to, how come Lok Sabha can be dissolved very easily? As I told you, it can be where re-elections can take place, right? Then Lok Sabha, the head of the Lok Sabha is the speaker. As I already mentioned, the function of speaker we have already done. Through universal franchise, the Lok Sabha is formed, and who is responsible to the Lok Sabha? The majority party that wins, and the head of that majority party is the PM, and that forms his council of ministry in the Lok Sabha. Always remember, and he forms his council of ministry in the Lok Sabha. Let's come to another house of the Union Parliament, that is the Rajya Sabha, or the upper house. Upper house, why? Because state members represented and elect the members of the Rajya Sabha. I hope so people have already understood. Let's start with the Rajya Sabha. Now, Rajya Sabha, maximum members 250, effective strength is 245. Now, out of 250, 238 represent state and union territories indirectly, right? Always remember, here indirect election takes place. Next, 12. Within that nomination, 12 are being nominated by the president from different field of science, art, social service, literature. Right, everyone? The perfect example is Javed Akhtar and Rekha, honorable actor and actresses. Right, many more are also there. Next, Indirectly election. Now here indirect elections takes place. How come? The public elect first what? State legislative assembly, and state legislative assembly elect the members of the Rajya Sabha. Now how come they are being elected? Through the system of proportional representation by means of single transferable vote by the elected member of a state legislative assembly. Proportional in a manner of proportional representation, and with the help of single transferable vote system, they can elect the members of the Rajya Sabha. This is the manner of election, and the manner of election of Lok Sabha is through universal adult franchise. Here the manner of election is quite different because this is an indirect election. Next, it is a permanent house. As everyone knows, Lok Sabha is a temporary house. It can dissolve, but another house, that is Rajya Sabha. The plus point which Rajya Sabha enjoys, that it is a permanent house. Only its 1/3 member retired every second year. Next, Vice President. And who is heading the Rajya Sabha? The Vice President is the ex officio chairman of the House. I hope so people have already understood the maximum strength of the Rajya Sabha is 250. Effective strength 245. Among them, 238 represent state and union territory, just like the way we have 552 and 545 members in Lok Sabha. Out of that, 2 Anglo-Indians are being nominated in Lok Sabha by the president. Over here, 12 are nominated by the president in Rajya Sabha, and 12 are belonging to a special field. Right, everyone? They never take part in the elections, but still they have contributed a lot in different fields of science, literature, and arts. Right. Next, indirectly election. Here public cannot directly participate, it can participate indirectly. So through indirect elections, the Rajya Sabha members can be elected with the help of single transferable vote system and by the elected member of a state legislative assembly. As I told you, there another form, we have a federal government, one is central government, another is state government. Now central government, that means we have central parliament, another we have a state parliament. Right. So central parliament comprises of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and the president, and state parliament comprises of state legislative assembly and state legislative council. Right. Among state legislative council and assembly or Vidhan Sabha or Vidhan Parishad, which house may elect the members of Rajya Sabha, its state legislative assembly members may come and elect the members of the Rajya Sabha. Done. It is a permanent house. It is never be dissolved. Always remember, though Lok Sabha can be dissolved very easily. But here, this Rajya Sabha, this house can never be dissolved. It is a permanent house and its 1/3 member retired every 2 years. And who is heading the Rajya Sabha? Who is heading? The Vice President. Next, and who is heading the Lok Sabha? The Speaker. Next. Now qualification. Always remember, qualification of Lok Sabha member and Rajya Sabha members are equal, are same, but just the age is different. Right, over here the age of Lok Sabha member is 25 and the age of Rajya Sabha member is 30. Right, everyone? Next, same points are there the way we have read in the Lok Sabha qualification. Again, the same points we are reading in qualification of Rajya Sabha members. Right, because obviously these both are the house of the Union Parliament. Done. Only one thing is different, that is the age. So must be a citizen of India above 30 years of age and not to take advantage of his post. Next, now the term of the house. The term of the house, the Lok Sabha is 5 years. Here the term of the house is this house is formed for 6 years, and everyone knows it is a permanent house. It is never be dissolved. Only its 1/3 member retired every 2 years. Next, deputy chairman. Again, we have a provision. What if vice president? So everyone knows the vice president can preside the Rajya Sabha, right? But in absence of vice president, who can take? It's the deputy chairman. He can come and head the Rajya Sabha in the absence of the vice president, right? Next, let's come on to the function of Union Parliament. The children always remember कि we have in this chapter we have first Lok Sabha. We are going to clear ourselves with first Lok Sabha, then Rajya Sabha, and then we'll come to the Union Parliament. So here we are going to study about the functions, and Union Parliament will be again discussing about the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, and the President. I hope people have already got कि what is the Lok Sabha and what is Rajya Sabha. So again, let's come to the function of the Union Parliament. The Union Parliament here are two functions, right? Legislative power. Next, financial power. The parliament can enjoy the legislative power over 3 lists, over union list, state list, residuary list. right? Concurrent list. And under financial power, parliament has a control over the expenses. So I will first of all, I'll explain you about the legislative power. Now parliament legislative power is how parliament make laws. So parliament make laws over the list. There were different list means the subjects which are held or retained by the union government, by the state government. They are the subjects in the form of defense, in the form of railway, in the form of transport and communication, whose responsibility is to hold which subject, right? It is already been categorized under the constitution. So let's start with legislative power now. Legislative power here, union parliament make laws over 97 subjects in the list. A state legislative make laws on the state list. Now earlier we have, first of all, I'm going to discuss about the union list. Union list taken control, obviously union by the name itself suggests, union list taken control by the parliament, by the union parliament, right? And under here how many subjects are coming? 97 subjects. Union parliament, that means union list comprised of defense, the main things, the main subjects, defense, railway, budget, right? Next, state legislature. Now state legislative means state bodies may come and control what? The state list. A state list comprised of irrigation, agriculture, education, right? And many other things. Next, then again parliament, then again we have a third list, that is the concurrent list. Concurrent list is being shared list. This list is being shared by the parliament and the state legislature, and obviously this list is in the form of sharing, so disputes may take place, and at the time of dispute, which law will prevail? The union law will prevail. The bigger body take control over this list. That's why this list is known as concurrent list. The famous example is the education. Everyone can have the right to control the education, be it the union government or the state government, right? Next, now again parliament can make laws on the state list. Now see, everyone knows state list is being controlled by state legislature, but the condition may arise when union parliament may interfere in the holding of the state list. How come? There are some conditions. Now under these conditions, the union parliament may take control over the state list. Otherwise, constitution has already mentioned who can control the state list? The state legislature. But at that time, the condition circumstances may arise when union parliament may take and control the state list. In what condition? At the time of emergency, when two or more, during the time of emergency, union parliament may control the state list. If, next point, if two or more states wants their list has to be controlled by the union parliament, right? And if Rajya Sabha passes 2/3 resolution that the subject is of national importance. If suppose some subject is there in the state list and it has some national importance, it is a nationalized level, that subject consists the level which is of nationalized level, right? So at that time Rajya Sabha can pass the majority, 2/3 majority resolution, and he can interfere, he can allow union parliament to interfere over the control over the state list, right everyone? So everyone has understood key at times may arise union parliament can control the state list also, right? At the time of emergency, when two or more state wants, or if Rajya Sabha passes 2/3 resolution. Done. Next, financial power. Parliament have the control over the finances. The best example is the budget. Budget, sort of a money bill passed in Lok Sabha. Always remember, budget, the sole right is having with Lok Sabha. It passes the budget, then parliament has a monopoly over the finances. The main thing is that parliament, and among parliament, which house? Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, it's Lok Sabha have the monopoly over the finances. Always remember that. Now what is the budget? It is a receipt of income and expenses. Done. It is the statement which bears income and expenses. Clear everyone? Lok Sabha has sole authority over the money bill. To accept the recommendation of Rajya Sabha is up to the Lok Sabha. Done everyone? This is the money bill. Let that explain you later on what is the money bill all about. Money bill, sort of money, imposition or alteration of taxes, and this money bill is only originated in the Lok Sabha. No other house has the power to interfere in the money bill, right? Afterwards, if Lok Sabha wants, they can take up the recommendation of the Rajya Sabha. Next, supplementary. Another level of financial power is supplementary grant. That means amount or under the demand for grant is insufficient in the financial year. If this grant is being insufficient in the financial year, then government may issue the supplementary grant, right? So that their work can move efficiently. Next, vote on account. Another feature of financial power of Union Parliament is vote on account. The executive can draw money from the Consolidated Fund of India. Always remember, Consolidated Fund is the fund created by the Parliament where member of the Parliament can draw the salary. Right, everyone? And from the beginning of the financial year till budget. I hope so everyone has understood. That means vote on account means the executive can draw the money, right, from the consolidated fund of India from the beginning of the financial year till budget is being passed. Suppose budget is not being passed on a proper date and executives are falling short of the funds or the money. So if they want, they can draw the money from the vote on account. This is only when they draw the money. This is only allowed when this one budget is not being passed on a proper time duration. I hope so people have understood the financial power as well as the legislative power. Always remember, parliament body has control over the finances. Among parliament, which body has the sole right over the finances? It is the Lok Sabha, right? Now over finances, the best example of money bill is the budget. Budget, everyone knows, it is a statement of income and expenses. Clear, everyone? Next, Lok Sabha has the sole authority over the money bill. Money bill can pass to Rajya Sabha, but it's up to the Lok Sabha whether it can accept or reject. Next, another power under financial power is the supplementary grant. They can supplement the grant, right, everyone? That means under the demand for grant is insufficient in financial year. Suppose financial year the demand is not being met properly, at that time they will be issuing the supplementary grant so that the shortage of fund will be fulfilled. Then, because executives want the funds or the money so that they can easily implement this or execute for their different work so that they can take the project work for the public, right? Next, vote on account. The vote on account, the executive can draw the money from the Consolidated Fund of India. Consolidated Fund, as I already told you, this is a fund created by the Parliament where member can draw the salary. Right, everyone? And if you remember, I already explained you, if budget is not being passed on time, at that time Parliament may issue vote on account so that executives, the members who have the responsibility of the public project, they can draw the fund from vote on account. Right? I hope so till here everyone is being cleared with what are the functions. Though we have more functions that I'll be explaining you in another video. So till here, try to listen to the video attentively. You will get all your points done. So the previous video, what I did about Lok Sabha. In this video, I have completed about Rajya Sabha and the Union Parliament. And the third video, I'll be discussing about more functions. Right? Okay, thank you so much.